Welcome back to the Ben Rich YouTube channel. Another How Tuesday coming at ya. So we got, once again, my wife's 2013 Chevy Malibu, the winter beater, while the hot rod Camaro is stored away for winter. So this unit here, 2013 to 2015 Chevy Malibu, we're gonna go ahead and attack something that's been a problem since we got this car. She's got bounce, all right? If you know what that means in this car, if you've seen the title of the video, the rear shocks are blowed right out of this 186,000 mile hot rod, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and show you how to do something on this Tuesday. Well, it's Tuesday for me. I don't know what it is for you, but either way, it's gonna be glorious. So this unit here, she's got the old infamous bounce. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on the hoist. We're gonna get that tire pulled off. And we're gonna show you what it takes to replace the rear shock absorbers on this unit because they're bad. So let's get her in the air. Obviously, we're gonna want to get the wheel out of the way. So these are a 22 millimeter or a 7/8 if you have the original lug nuts. Pretty straightforward. Basically, with what we're doing today, like I said, we got some bounce. So we're gonna go ahead and assess that. Now there is a mount that we're gonna have to remove, and we'll show you when we get into that and kind of show you the whole walkthrough process of shock replacement. Let's get this heavy lug out of the way. So we're gonna give you the general consensus. We have these two 18 millimeter headed bolts, okay? And then down on the bottom, this is pretty straightforward stuff. I'm sure you can sort it out, but I like to show you anyway. Since we're doing it for ourselves, I might as well bring you along. And then we also have a 21 here and another, it's probably an 18, but we'll find out in just a hot second for you. And that pretty much calls it for removing that strut. The one thing to take into consideration, this is under spring tension. So if you go to just rip those bolts out, what's gonna happen? Is that arm gonna drop out? You're gonna get hit in the face with a freaking spring? Who knows? So what we're gonna do is take our transmission jack. Now you could use a floor jack or anything. Lower your car down on a board, I don't know. Something to support that rear axle housing. So we're gonna go ahead and get that supported, and we'll show you removing that. So you can see what the objective is. We don't wanna mess up our backing plate, of course, but we wanna take a little bit of tension off of that shock absorber. Now the shock, technically, we're gonna call it a limiter strap because it kind of is. It isn't meant to be like that, but realistically, that's what's holding the spring in. And when you raise up the vehicle from your arm, you know, your control arm coming down far enough. So now that we got a little bit of tension on that, we're gonna go ahead and hit these two 18s real quick. Now hopefully yours come out of there that easy like mine did. Okay, we got our 21s, 21 on both sides. All right. And that is what it takes to pull your shock off your 2013 to 15 Chevy Malibu. Now really, you can always use this information if you need to replace these mounts here, or if you buy shocks with mounts, you don't need to deal with this. Now granted, I'm a more budget-oriented person, and my mounts are in good condition. I just got leaky shocks. So go ahead and get yourself a 15. I opted for a chromie just because it's a tight tolerance around this metal. Will it move around? Absolutely. But let's see what happens. Now I tightened it in the vise because you gotta be able to hold that shock shaft. You may have to go ahead and put a pipe wrench or something on there. But basically, we're trying to get that nut off there while holding the shock. Oh, look at that. Check that out. Tell me that shock wasn't bad. Son of a biscuit. That thing just blew completely apart. Man, what a freaking mess. Yeah, I mean, she needed some love, all right? So, good example, though. But yeah, anyways, that I did rotate that, and it may have unscrewed or broke off inside from me doing that. Or it was a piece of shit. So, however you want to look at it. But we do have this nut loose, so hopefully, just like that, there's our mount. Now granted, again, if you bought shocks with these, you don't need to do this. So you ask how to put this on the new one, a more cautious version of what we did here. So we opted in just for a stock replacement shock. That's all this thing needs. It's just our winter beater. But in your case, you may want to upgrade to a premium option. So we have our shock, we have our protective sleeve that kind of just, you know, rides over this, of course. So get that lined up. Okay. It'll just rest there, and then it kind of keeps debris and dirt off that. And we're going to replace our mount with our original one. Okay. Make sure you shove that down far enough so there's room for your mount. And then that kind of just will slide it up and it just floats on there. So nothing crazy. And just make note of which way this actually went. And this manufacturer was smart enough to make the nut a little bit smaller so you can actually get a socket in there. So I did clamp it back in the vise. And I'm going to get slashed by critics, but if your car goes to that level of the shock, you probably got bigger problems as it is. So I clamped it up as high as we could, and I'm not going crazy. We're not trying to mar that shaft. That's the biggest thing. If you mar it, you tear a seal. So if you feel more comfortable wrapping electrical tape around it or putting some sort of protection on it, great. If not, they do make a special tool that you're probably not going to have to hold that double D on top. But if you just clamp it in the vise, that's it. That's all you need. We didn't go crazy. The shaft didn't even spin. And just for sakes, because it's hardened and polished, you can look right there. No marks. It'll be okay, my friends. But did I tell you to do it? Absolutely not. Okay, protocol says do something else, but that's, if you don't have protocol type tools, there you go. Now you just repeat steps 1 through 75 here and then reinstall. We got our 18s, we're gonna put them back where they got to go. And again, we made sure our mount was in the corresponding location. And then slide this guy up to the top so it does its job. And you can see how it, basically it's a friction fit, and that's how it protects the shaft. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this other bolt in. Now this is a shock, so you can apply a little bit of upward pressure, or if you decide like me, I'm just gonna lower my jack down a little bit till it lines up. So I got it started. I'm gonna use the bolt to kind of wing her through there a little bit. Benefit of shock bushings, we're not really worried about rotational fatigue like you would on a control arm. So at this point, go ahead and tighten her down. And then tighten your 218s. For instructional purposes, make sure you torque them to spec. So, here's an idea for you. For all intensive purposes, I'm gonna strap the GoPro to my forehead, and we're gonna do this shock replacement as fast as we can, since we already know what the tools are, and show you real world of what it takes. Because realistically, that shock replacement in your driveway, an hour both sides maybe. I mean, even filming this, I'm only probably 10 minutes into it. So, but again, I've done a few, so I understand. But let me strap up here and let's get this other side blown apart and show you how quick you can do it. Let's go now. So, I got my basic tools, I got my impact, I got my 7/8 or 22 for getting the wheel off. I have my 21 for the upper shock bolt. We're gonna grab everything, right? And we're gonna still have to come back to our vise. So you'll see that. I'll try not to make you sick. That's the biggest thing. But it won't be in crazy time-lapse fashion. So, all right, ready? Start the timer now. You gotta love these swollen lug nuts, folks. Should I have a tool cart? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do I have one? Absolutely. It's just piled shit. It's over there. So, next thing, we want to do our upper bolts. Let's get our jack. Again, you may have a floor jack. You may have a whatever jack. We just don't want this interfering with, make sure you guys got some good lighting, of course. We don't want it interfering with our shock bolt. So when you're jacking this thing up, take that into consideration. And it doesn't need much. Just a little bit off there. Okay, so 18s, ready? All right, set them out of our way. We don't want to lose them and drop them and take more time. We got our 21, right? 21, 21. Get your lighting good for you. I hope you guys can see it very well. Take some dirt to the face, all in the name of content. Okay, So wiggle her out of there. Come on, baby, we gotta hurry up. And look at this, look at this. That's how you can tell your shock is bad. And you see the rust pitting on the shaft. Okay, time being wasted, let's go. We got our impact running to the vise after I blow this thing out because there's a bunch of crud in there. Okay. All right. Remember, folks, there is always time for lubricant. Now let's hopefully we don't make a mess like the other one. Hopefully our vise will do its job this time. But you know, these old vintage vices are very expensive. I bought it from an older gentleman, my buddy Shorty. I hope he's still with us, but by all means, he was getting up there last time I seen him. And yeah, 20 bucks I paid for this old Colombian. Okay, boom, mount off. Again, assess it. If yours is good, ours looks good. So we're gonna deal with it. Shock, scrap bin. All right, new shock. Cutters, okay, there she is. All right, get all this stuff out of our way. Okay, new nut. Don't forget your sleeve. Again, push it down far enough so it's out of your way. Mount on. And remember, it's a different size. Ours is, yours may not be. Take that into consideration. Okay, again, wrong in so many levels, but we're doing it anyways because sometimes you just have to manage and be real world and fix that car in your own damn parking lot because that's what your budget says. All right, shock, ready to go back on. Now, I'll stop the timer when I get the last lug nut snugged up. Do I give a shit about torquing the wheel on this quick shock replacement section? Absolutely not, but you will torque it to 110 when you are done because it is very important to torque your lug nuts. So make sure you got some good lighting. And we are in the midst of putting her back together already. And I would bet we might be, I mean, I've been yakking, just obviously trying to keep this portion real world entertainment because that's just what we do here in the Ben and Wrench's garage. Other than that, you know, we do LS swaps and turbo LTs and all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you tune in for some of that stuff if you're watching for the how-to portion. Okay, turn your shock, get your bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lower my jack down a little bit just to help with that, so I'm not actually having to use a lot of force pushing up on that. Impact, 21, okay, and 21 wrench. So, use my impact to spin that through. Nut is on. Okay, that is torqued to spec. All right, jack out of the way. Throw that wrench on the ground. We don't need him anyways. Make sure you guys got some good lighting. Boom. That is tight, those are tight, the bottom one's tight. Let's throw this wheel on there. Of course, my wife opted out for the heaviest, biggest ass 20-inch wheels we could find. I love you, sweetie. All right, go. Let's see. Our lug nuts that we threw on the ground. And whoever created these lug nuts, they should be scolded. Their mom probably doesn't like them. Okay, and done. Well, I hope I didn't make you sick doing that, but I looked at the clip and I think we're about 5 minutes total into that shock replacement. So I hope that I gave you enough confidence to be able to do it yourself. Now, for my regular scheduled viewers that support me on all my videos, I really appreciate you. And for you guys jumping in just for information on stuff like this, I appreciate you as well. Make sure you subscribe because it helps the channel grow. That's what we're trying to do. We're moving in the right direction. We're going up. It's only up from here, baby. As long as you guys keep in mind that it's only nuts and bolts, okay? It's only nuts and bolts. Unbolt it, bolts back together. We're not carpenters here, folks. We're just taking parts off, putting parts on, right? It's easy, it's easy. So, on behalf of myself and this lovely 2013 to 2015 Chevy Malibu LTZ, and does that matter to you about the LTZ part? Absolutely not. But make sure you like, subscribe, share all that good stuff. We'll see you on the next one.